Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today is my 500 subscriber Q&A, and stay to the end to hear about the giveaway that I'm going to do for 500 subscribers. It is crazy to think about like how many people is 500, like there's 500 people subscribed to this channel. And I know that like not everybody actually watches all the videos, but like the fact that they hit the subscribe button and then there's 400 people that are following me on Instagram. And that's just a crazy thought, and I love hearing y'all's stories about like how you're influenced to read books from this channel, because I get so many questions like in real life about what books I would recommend. I'm part of Facebook groups where people are always asking for recommendations, and that's why I started this channel, because people are always asking me, and so I wanted there to be a resource out there so that I can like send them here and I can give y'all good reviews. And also like I want to be able to provide reviews on cleanliness and like if there's content in books, and that's super important to me, and it's hard for me to find books that are actually clean, and so I want to be a source for y'all to find good clean books. So I'm so glad that you guys are here. Thank you so much for subscribing, and if you're not subscribed, it would really just mean a lot to me if you did subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. It helps to grow my channel and for more people to be able to find good book recommendations. So I asked y'all on Instagram, and I also asked on YouTube for some questions that y'all wanted me to answer for this 500 subscriber Q&A. So I'm going to answer those real quick. So the first question was, what is your favorite food or drink item? And I want to answer them both. So my favorite drink item at the moment is actually this coffee that I'm drinking right here. It's actually like milk and coffee, and this time I did some chai tea and honey and sometimes some collagen powder, and then I put like some chunks of ice in there and blend it up in the blender, and it makes it like super creamy, and even like, it's been a while since I made this, but it'll be just like super frothy all the way up to the top. I think the collagen helps a lot with that, and it's just like the most delightful thing to drink. And even if you don't put a lot of milk in there, it tastes like there is. So I could literally drink this every day. This is my favorite. And then as far as food, I think my favorite food still is like, would be sushi. Especially at HEB, they have like a Texan roll, I think, or Texas roll, I can't remember, but it's got some smoked salmon and some imitation crab and jalapeno and cream cheese, and it's so good. I don't typically like raw fish, but like the smoked salmon, I can let it pass with all the other things there. Delicious. Okay, next question. What's the first book you remember loving as a kid? I can't remember one that I remember loving, but one, like the first chapter book I remember having was, it was called Lady's Surprise, and I remember, I think my parents got it for me from Barnes & Noble, and it wasn't even like that great of a book. It was some horse book. I really liked horses at the time, but I just remember that being like the first chapter book that I got and was able to read. I can't think of, I guess my first like big book that I really liked and was like obsessed with was Sherlock Holmes. I loved reading all the Sherlock Holmes stories. I think I read them multiple times, and I still remember so much about them. The next question. What's been your favorite book to listen to as an audiobook versus reading the physical book? I actually have some answers for this one. So first, the Fountains of Silence by Rutus Sepidus. It's back there somewhere. But I actually haven't read it in print yet, but I listened to it, and the audiobook is so good because it's narrated by people with like a Spanish accent, and the narration is just so emotional. Like, you don't feel like you're listening to someone narrate it. It feels like someone just talking to you. Absolutely love the audiobook on that one. And then also the Death on the Nile by Agatha Christie. I can't ever remember how to pronounce his name, but Kenneth Branagh, I think. He was the guy who played Hercule Poirot in the Murder on the Orient Express, and then he narrated a couple of the Agatha Christie books, and it was so good. Like, he just was able to vary his voice for all the different accents so well. That one was so enjoyable to listen to. Who are your favorite booktubers / what book clubs do you belong to and like? So my favorite booktubers, I'm actually really bad at watching booktube, but some that I follow and watch their videos are Celestria. She's really fun and I feel like relatable. And then Miriam, I can't remember exactly what her channel is, but Miriam, I love that she reads a lot of classics and she generally has like the same standards as I do. So I like following her. And then Chantel, I like that she homeschools, and so she has a lot of homeschool book recommendations, and she reads a wide variety of books. And then Lindsay, I don't so much watch her videos, but I love her reviews on Goodreads, and you've probably heard me recommend that you go check out her reviews because she specifically has a blog called Books for Christian Girls, and she is very specific about the content that she points out in books. Like, if there's any type of romance, any type of violence, everything. Like, she will tell you every objectionable thing that could be in there. So it's super useful if you're looking for a book to read. She only reviews like Christian fiction, but a lot of that is not all that great. So she's very useful to know and to be able to see her reviews. I'm really grateful for her on my Goodreads so that I can find good books to read. And then what book clubs do I belong to? I did like Maggie, I'll put her link here. I did her book club for a little while, which was really fun. I just didn't like the app that they were using, and it was really bothering me with like the notifications I kept getting. So I haven't done that the last few months. And then in our church, we're actually doing a book reading guild for the counselors, the biblical counselors in our church, and we're actually starting that tonight. I don't think I'm doing anything else right now, but I often do like book studies with friends in real life. We'll usually go through like a Christian book, and that way we can like grow together and have those good conversations. Okay, and the next question. How do I feel about polyester? It's pretty much the bane of my existence. I hate how it feels on me, and I've been trying so hard to find like cotton or linen dresses, and it is so hard to find those that are not like $300 and also not like very neutral colors, because I don't like neutral colors at all. It has been like the search of the last 6 months. So if you have any good recommendations for cotton dresses, I would love that. But unless it's athletic clothes, I do not like polyester at all. What is my least favorite book? That's really hard. Probably Wuthering Heights. I just hate that other people like it because it's so weird. Also Frenchman's Creek by Daphne du Maurier. I hated that one. That would be like my least favorite this year. I used to like Phantom Tollbooth. If you go back and watch, I'll put the video link up here. The video I did on my 1-star reads. Phantom Tollbooth is in there, and I re-listened to it with the family recently, and I actually appreciated it a lot more. Can't think of any books that like are my least favorite of all time. What is my favorite series ever? Ever? That's really hard. I mean, the best series that was ever written was like Lord of the Rings, but that's also just like one book, so does that really count as a series? One that I read recently was Calculated by Nova McBee. That is a fabulous series, and I cannot wait for the last one to come out. I also love Ranger's Apprentice and Harry Potter. Often, like, I like series, but sometimes they just get kind of ridiculous, like the more you read them, and you kind of get tired of it sometimes. So it's hard to find some that are like really good all the way through. I definitely like recently loved the Calculated series because I feel like it didn't get like over the top as it kept going. What is your comfort movie? One you would snuggle up and watch again just for fun? I don't know. I really don't like watching movies more than once because I already know what's going to happen, and even if I like really like certain parts of it, it's hard for me to watch the whole thing over again. Some though that I would watch like over and over again would be like Tangled. I love that one. Or Emperor's New Groove. So good. So is Epic. Those would be like my favorite animated movies. And then like one that I've already watched twice and I would probably watch again is a Hallmark movie, but it was just so good. And often like Hallmark movies are like, okay, that was a good time filler, but moving on. I don't know why, but this one called It Was Always You, it was such a good one, and I would probably watch that for the 3rd time. And then like I Still Believe, I would watch that one again. Spider-Man Homecoming, I've probably watched that one 3 times already, and I would watch that one again. Yeah, those are some of my favorites. What is your favorite part of making videos? Actually filming the video. I love filming it. I absolutely hate editing it. So yeah, and I don't plan at all. I just like sit down and film it. So definitely the filming part. What is your biggest pet peeve? I've tried to get better at not having as many pet peeves. I guess since it's already been mentioned in here, polyester is a big pet peeve because it's everywhere and you can't get away from it. Let's see, what do I hate that people do? I hate it when people blow their nose in front of me. It's so annoying. I used to have a fear of napkins. Do I have any favorite movies that I would review on my channel? Maybe. I mean, I like talking about movies, but I feel like that would just be like a whole nother extension of my channel. There's some that I've talked about, like Emma, some like book-related movies. I could do more like movie adaptations. I think that's fun to review those, but also like sometimes I just don't know how to talk about a movie for more than like 3 minutes because I'm like, yeah, it was good. Maybe it had some bad stuff in it, but I probably used clear play. End of story. But I could talk about some. I haven't been watching very many lately because I feel like there's no new good ones. But let me know if y'all want to see some movie reviews, and I could definitely do that on the show. And then someone asked, so how does it feel to be famous? I mean, I definitely don't feel like I'm famous. Like, I just kind of put these videos out there and then I check up on them sometimes, but I enjoy talking to y'all like on Instagram and stuff, but I definitely don't consider myself famous. It's kind of weird whenever people like in real life come up to me and they're like, oh, I love like watching your channel like in my church or something, and that's kind of weird to me that they watch it, but I just really enjoy like helping y'all to find good books, and I really don't think about it as like, oh wow, there's 500 people watching me, because I just enjoy it. I like writing reviews and I really just want y'all to benefit from this. So don't feel famous. Okay, and the part that you've all been waiting for, the giveaway. So I'm gonna give away one of my favorite books that I read last year. Actually, I think I marked it as my favorite book of last year. That was not a reread. No, this would be my favorite fiction book. My favorite book of last year was God, Technology, and the Christian Life, which was nonfiction. But my favorite new fiction book that I read last year was Behind the Act by Abigail Clare. And she sent this book to me for free, and then I recently bought myself another copy because I loved it so much, and it's just such a rare like new book that's written Christian fiction, doesn't have anything bad in it, actually a good story, and you connected to the characters and you were invested and like you still think about it. So I want to give it to one of you guys to read. I've already loaned it out to like so many people in my life, so I want y'all to have a copy in your hands, and I think you'll really enjoy it. So if you go over to Instagram and go look for this post, I will have the rules for how to enter the giveaway and how to win, and it'll probably run for like a week. So make sure you go enter, and I'm excited for one of you to win so that I can mail this book out to you and you can enjoy it. So again, thank you guys so much for being here and for watching, for commenting, for liking, for even sharing these videos, for buying books from my links. All of it just means so much to me, and it really makes it worth it for me to share these books with you and share these reviews, because I just want to hear about what y'all are reading and be able to help y'all to find good reads. So thank y'all so much, and I hope you enjoy these answers, and I hope that you go and enter the giveaway. Bye!